All right, good morning, everyone. All right, let's see if we had any high impact news today. I think we did at 8:30. Damn, it's not loading. Okay, there we go. It's the 30th. Yeah, we had 8:30 PPI. Huh. I guess that explains this wick here. It's not a crazy wick though. Okay, let's start on NASDAQ. This is what I had down yesterday. Honestly, what I see from yesterday, I'll erase everything. I just see the market rejecting this daily supply zone. And I also see it just coming back into this range here. So to me, honestly, the bigger time frame so far looks bearish, but I could also see it bouncing from this area that we're at right now, where we bounced off of yesterday. So honestly, I see the market going both ways. Like, I think both ways would make sense. Some days I'm leaning more bearish, more bullish, but honestly, today I can see both happening. Especially since yesterday was like a really strong sell off. Yesterday was good. Yesterday was really good. Okay, what am I doing? That's not a 4 hour zone. Alright, down to the 3 hour time frame. This looks like a really good 3 hour supply zone here, which is just, it's kind of far away at this point. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's way too far. So if I'm going long, then I think this 3 hour supply zone here is going to be a good target. Down to the 2 hour time frame. There's not really much. Damn, there's nothing. I mean, there's always this 2 hour demand zone down here, which doesn't really matter since it's far away. Right now, what I'm looking for is zones like this close to price or something. Like this. Something like that. I'm basically looking for zones so I could spot the breakout, or I could spot it going back into the range. Down to the 1 hour time frame. Dang. There is nothing. I mean, this is a good 1 hour demand zone. Down to the 90-minute. Oof, this was a really good 90-minute zone here. But it looks like it got chopped on. Oof, yeah. Damn, that sucks. Don't like that. Okay, this is good. It's a 90-minute demand zone at the bottom of this range. I'm trying to double check if there's anything else though. See, like, this could have been a really good supply right here, but the basing candle is just too big. So that's not good. Down to the 30-minute time frame. I mean, this could be a 30-minute supply zone. The basing candle does look big, but I do like the move down that it made. There's also a 30-minute demand zone down here, which I'm not going to mark since it's also a 90-minute. Okay, down to the 15-minute time frame. Huh. I don't see much, but I do see what I need. Okay, this is good. A 15-minute demand zone. Pretty close to the bottom of the range, so it'll only be helpful if like I go short and then I could target that. Jeez. Okay, down to the 10 minute. I mean, at this point, like, it don't matter that there's a 10-minute zone, but I might as well look for one. Oh, the stream might be laggy. It says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Don't know what that means. Don't know how to fix it either. Hopefully, it's not that bad. It might be because of the weather. Like, it snowed quite a bit overnight. Okay, I think that's it for NASDAQ. Yeah. Alright, what I'm seeing on NASDAQ, or the possible trades that I would take on NASDAQ, is the first one's going to be on this 30-minute supply zone up here. If I see the markets rejecting this area, something like that, then I would take a short. If I do take a short, it could be something like this. Could go short and I could target this 90-minute demand zone. But realistically, I don't think I would hold the trade for that long. So I'd probably close it out around 200 ticks. But honestly, once I'm at that, like, if I'm past break even, I'm going to try to hold the trade longer than usual because I'll be over the $2,500, milestone in Apex. Okay, which would allow me to hold trades longer, which is good. Okay, what am I doing? I'm like looking for more zones. Okay. Another trade idea. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a bit slow. Another trade idea is above this 50% line, which is 960. If I see candle close above 960, I would go long, have a tight stop loss, and then honestly, I could target these highs and like be fine with it. But honestly, if these longs do come in, I think the next stop could be this 3-hour supply zone, which is quite a move. So I don't think I'll hold it for that long. Okay, another trade idea is the market tapping into this 90-minute zone here. And then if I see something like that, if I see it bouncing or rejecting this area, then I would take longs and I would target this 30-minute supply zone, which now that I look at it, it looks like Asian highs are up here. So I know a lot of people would target that. And then if I see a candle close below, what is this? I'm going to say 680. And if I see something like that, then I would take a short. And honestly, I would just target these lows. And I think that'd be a good trade. But now that I look at this, it looks like London lows are there. So I might need to be careful with that. I'll be picky if like the shorts do come in. Like I definitely want to see a good retest. Like I did yesterday. I saw a perfect retest and everything went perfect. So let's look at US 30. This is what I had yesterday. Let's erase all of it and then look at the daily. On the daily, damn, I don't know. The daily looks just messy on US 30. But I do think that eventually we'll tap into this daily demand zone. especially if the shorts come in today. I think it'd be a perfect, like if they come in really strong, I think this daily demand zone here would be a perfect target for shorts. On the 4 hour time frame, let's see. There's not much. Down to the 3 hour time frame, we have this 3 hour demand zone, which we tapped into yesterday. Or no, we tapped into it this morning and rejected it. So right off the bat, I can already tell if we tap into this area, I'm either going to buy or sell off of it. And it's also at the bottom of this kind of range here. It's a big range, but you could break out of it. Three-hour supply zone here, which doesn't matter because it's literally right at all-time highs. I'll put this here as a 3 hour supply zone. Okay, yeah. Down to the 2 hour time frame. Damn. There's not much. But what I do see on this 2 hour time frame is I see this range that we were in for quite a bit. And then yesterday, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Okay, we didn't break out of yesterday, but I guess overnight we did. And to me, it just looks like, we broke past the support. We're coming back to retest it. So far, it's rejecting it and is acting like resistance, kind of. But I think it's too early to tell. I mean, I think it would make sense for both longs and shorts today. Like, I don't know. I could see, coming back into this range here that we have. Or I can see it rejecting and then breaking past this 3 hour demand zone. I think it looks clean. But let's see if we have better zones that are closer to price. I think so far, though, I think it looks bullish. Again, so far. Just because of this bounce here that happened at 4 a.m. Obviously, though, if we break these lows and we get below the 600s, then I'll think we're bearish. So it really just depends what happens at open. Nothing on the 90-minute time frame. I mean, this could be a 90-minute zone. I was gonna say this looks like a 45-minute supply zone. It's just the basing candle looks way bigger than the actual move itself. Yeah, it is. So I'm not gonna mark it. I mean, it looks really good though because of these rejections here. I don't know. I'm not gonna mark it. It doesn't look good enough. Down to the 30-minute time frame, there's not much. 15-minute time frame, okay. This looks like a good 15-minute supply zone here. I do want to see how it looks zoomed in. Okay, this is perfect. This is what I wanted to see here. It's just a perfect rejection of this 50% line. So I like that 15-minute zone. And I think that's it for the zones. Damn. They're not looking good. I mean, I'm lying. It looks good. What am I saying? I just think there's not much. Yeah, I think the four trades I would do is either shorts from this 15-minute supply zone or longs. And then down here, same thing. I would take longs if I see, if I see it bouncing or rejecting that area. Or I would take shorts if I see us ripping right through it. That's it for the zones on NASDAQ and US 30. So I'm just going to do support and resistance. We got 15 more minutes. So let's check this Trump tracker before I forget. Trump tracker's low. Okay, that's good. He's not going to be speaking. I think he spoke yesterday, like later in the day. But I'm not completely sure. Oh, I wanted to check VWAP on NASDAQ. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't look bad. I mean, right now we're chopping on it, which is bad. Like, this is horrible price action on it so far. But maybe it's just waiting for the open. In the open, honestly, the trade for me is going to be very clear. Because I have a zone right above price and right below it. And this is good because wherever the market goes, VWAP should be kind of far away from it, which is good. So it'll be very low. No chance that I'll take a trade around this area because most likely VWAP is going to be around it. So that's good. Yeah, I think today looks pretty good. I like the zones. The only thing is I think it could go both ways. So it's really just down to what happens within the first 5-15 minutes. Is this the last day live trading? Yeah, for the week, most likely. I mean, I don't live trade on Sundays, and the market's closed on Saturdays. I will say though, I think eventually, like, if I start trading metals, which I would say is a goal. When I start trading metals, I'm just gonna keep it very separate from what I'm doing now. So like I trade separate accounts and stuff. But when I do get to metals, I think I would trade Sunday Open. Like they just have crazy Sunday Opens. Not all the time, but when it is crazy, like it's a crazy open. How much do you risk on one trade? I really like your style to manage risk. On a 50K account, I normally risk around 200 to 300. Most of the time is 250. And then usually I target for just a 1 to 2, so I'd profit around 500. But it really depends on if you have a consistency rule and your trades do hit for like more than a 1 to 2, then I would try holding it. But if you have like a 20% consistency rule or something, or even 30%, then I would just target a 1 to 2. And I think this is it for US 30. Whoops. Let me zoom in. Actually, what am I doing? So I need to go all the way down here in case the market goes down. Okay, okay. I think this is good enough. Yeah, this is pretty low. Okay, yeah, I'm done with US30. Damn. Wait, how far are these zones? Damn. Oof, that's like not good. My zones on US30 are very far away from price. So, if the market opens up and goes straight in a certain direction, then I'm probably gonna miss it. Damn, I did not realize that. I thought the zones were pretty close. Yeah. So, in order to take a breakout, I mean, the opening needs to be crazy strong. I would say in order to take a breakout. But like if we approach this area slowly, then I think a good reversal would happen. Yeah, we're really far away from this demand zone down here. What about Nasdaq? Yeah, oh wow, yeah, same thing on Nasdaq. Okay, okay. I mean, it's not horrible, but in order for me to take like a trade very quick, there needs to be really good volume, which there could be, but I do feel like Fridays are a hit or miss. So if I see a slow market, then I'll probably call it a week. And I'm saying, like, if the market doesn't tap these zones within the first 30 minutes, I probably won't trade. Because then from there, I just think it's very low volume. If that happens, then most likely we'll be choppy on VWAP, which I don't like to trade that. We'll see. It depends on the open. Yeah, I'm gonna erase that. Okay, that looks good enough. Let me do down here in case we do have a crazy day. We got 7 more minutes for market to open. Okay, cool, 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 cool. All right, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think today's gonna be hit or miss. Hopefully, you guys already know I'm hoping for a Friday sell off. I mean, Friday sell offs are the best, one of the best. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens either, but like I would be. I don't know. I don't know why I'm expecting a choppy day. I think it's because we're opening up right on VWAP. I honestly think that's why. But we do have US30 and like I don't know, US30. I'm not sure. I just think on US30 like the zones are pretty far away. So, in order for me to take a breakout trade, we'll need like crazy volume. But if we approach this area slowly, it'll most likely reverse and stay within this huge range here. I low key feel like I have the jitters. Like I had Starbucks this morning, shaking espresso. I don't know. I feel like I can't stop clicking the I can't stop clicking the mouse. Oh my god. Yeah, I need to drink water. Like I chugged that espresso without drinking water. Okay. Why did you stop trading Top Step? I still trade Top Step. Still trade it. Just not every day. Let's go, Lonnie. I need one more green day like yesterday for a payout. Nice. Just don't rush it, you know? If the markets are bad this morning, then you might need to wait till Monday to lock in that last green day. But it depends on the way that you trade. Just don't get too excited, you know? Which is hard to do if it's like your first payout. But just be careful, you know? You don't want to get really close to a payout and then like just blow it all in one day. Because if that happens, which I feel like it's happened to a lot of people, even me, right? But if it does happen, like trading after that is gonna be tough to get back into because then you're gonna be thinking, damn, like I was so close, I need to get that close right now again, you know? So you're gonna be rushing everything. But just stay very aware, you know. I made 3K trading silver today. Should I lock out? I mean, I would. Especially if it's a bad open today. Have you always risked 250 or did you slowly increase? Um for these accounts, yeah. I've always risked around 250. But for other 50K accounts, like I've risked 500 before, yeah. It really depends on, you know, what account you have. What do you need to do if it's an evalve or not? If it was an evalve and you've gotten funded before, then I would say risk 500. You know, risk more on evalves. That's if you have that experience. You know, if you're a beginner, then I would tell you take it slow, take it more serious because when you get funded, you want to be able to copy and paste what you did in the eval, so you get the payout. Hopefully that made sense. How much do you set the daily loss limit per day on Top Step? I would like to learn. On Top Step, I would set it at either 500 daily loss limit on a 50K account or 600. And the reason it's 600 is just for like more room, you know. If I take two losses that are over 250 slightly, then I want to make sure like, you know, I don't get stopped out early because my daily loss limit was 500. But if your daily loss limit is 500 or 600, it doesn't mean that every red day you have, it has to be negative 500, negative 600. Like, I would try my hardest for the losing days to be like 250 or 300, you know? Because if your winning day is most likely 500, you don't want your losing days to be that much as well. You kind of want to lose like half of your winning days, you know? Unless you have a like high winning rate, then it's different. But you don't know you have a high winning rate until you actually do the data, you know, which takes time. And like someone could tell you, oh, this win rate is, you know, 50%. But when you trade, what am I saying? It could be a high win rate, but when you trade it, it could get lowered because you trade emotional or something, you know? Okay, here's the market open. Let's see. I definitely want to see us get to these zones quick, which on NASDAQ will need quite a bit of volume. Same thing with US 30. Okay, boom. Alright, this is good. We're getting pretty close to the zone here. I'm looking more at NASDAQ since the zone is a 30-minute supply zone. On NASDAQ, what I want to see the first 5 minutes is for it to close away from VWAP. I think if this first 5-minute candle closes away from VWAP, it'll most likely be a choppy open. What's your thoughts on scalping? I think it's good. It's not for everyone, but I love scalping. I love to get in and out. But the thing with scalping is for beginners, I would say it gets addictive. It's like a quick hit of dopamine. So, but I love it. It's easy to get addicted to. Let's just say that. So I'd be careful. Damn, I promise you guys, like, the dogs weren't barking earlier. They just started. I probably just talk too loud, and they hear me and they just go crazy. Okay, I mean US 30 is approaching this 15-minute supply zone. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let me see how this zone looks. Okay. Okay. We're approaching this 50% line on US 30. So I'm looking at US 30 now. There's way better volume on US 30 as well. So far, it looks like this 1-minute candle is closing out, rejecting this area here. If it gets below this 1-minute wick, then I'll take a short. Let's see. I mean, so far it's touched it twice and rejected it. So now I'm just waiting for it to break structure down. Alright, I'm in short on US 30. And I'm going to put the stop loss at the highs. Holy. All right, well, my TP2 is at 0.20. Looks like it's retesting this area, so I do want to see it go back down pretty soon. If it breaks the highs, then I do think we'll go higher. So I like where the stop loss is. My TP2 is at 21. It's definitely quite choppy. Which I would say is kind of good for shorts. I'm kind of expecting this to come back into the range here. Looks like it's failing to break these lows here. I definitely want to see it break the lows within the next minute. Okay, that's a 1-to-1, so I'm gonna break even here. Oof, I don't want to break even, but I will, I will. So this candle here needs to close below 88. Yeah, damn. Honestly, I want to let this breathe. Okay, that's good, that's good. I like where the stop is at, 102. I'm gonna target 99. But I think it could go down to VWAP, honestly. My TP2 is at 21, so I'll probably trail it pretty tight once it hits that. It's also at a white line, which is good. This is a good take profit as well. It's another white line. Three more minutes for this 5-minute candle to close. Definitely want to see this candle close below 87. So I'm going to start trailing this. I'm going to put my stop loss at 0.91. So I do want to see it push down. I think if it gets back above this white line, we'll probably just come back up here. So yeah, let's just lock it in. I want to see it flush here, break the lows. I'm gonna move my stop loss down to 80. I'm gonna just trail this tight here. Put my stop loss at 62. Don't like how it's moving. Okay, I got stopped out there. That was a 60-point trade. Honestly, I want to say it's going to move lower, but it's also very choppy. At least on the 1 minute time frame. I mean, it could just be a trade where letting it breathe is better, but I don't know. Don't like it. Let's see how the 5-minute looks. Yeah, the 5-minute closed out great. Nasdaq's also moving down as well. Right here, it rejected that 30-minute supply zone, so I would have gone short on Nasdaq as well, which is good for US 30 shorts. Let's see. Honestly, I was gonna target VWAP. Yeah, damn, there's a TP. Fuck. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Damn. Oh my god. No fucking way. Like, what am I doing, guys? What am I doing? Okay, no, this is good. I'm satisfied with today because I got over that 2,500. So no more trailing drawdown, which is good. I've set myself up for next week, honestly. Now next week I'll be more confident with holding these trades longer. Today though, I wanted at least $75. So I've done my goal there. And then here's VWAP. I swear to you guys, I had deja vu because I don't know. I'm not sure if it was last week. I swear to you guys, I took. It wasn't the same trade, but it was a very similar trade, very similar setup, and the perfect take profit was VWAP, which is why I was targeting VWAP today. I swear to you guys, it was like literally the same exact setup. I sound crazy, but it's just like, this is good, you know? This is good because next time I'll see it, I promise you I'll see this same shit again. Don't know when, but it will happen. When I see it again, I could confidently hold it to VWAP. Let's see if it actually taps it though. I mean, it tapped it on NASDAQ, which is good. I want to see if my TP would have hit on NASDAQ. Because it hit on US 30. A 1 to 2 hit on US 30. Which is good. So on NASDAQ, yeah, 1 minute time frame, I would have taken shorts right here. Right here. Stop loss 100 points or at the highs. Either way would have been fine. And then, yeah, 200 ticks. This would have hit as well. And it would have hit 4 minutes, which is really good. Yeah, that's clean. And with NASDAQ, same thing. I would have targeted VWAP. Would I have expected it to break past VWAP? Honestly, no. Because the opening is very choppy. And for me, choppy, it's not always bad. Most of the time it is. But when it's choppy, I've realized not to expect a breakout, which is why I didn't expect these longs over here. And is also why I took the shorts pretty quick there. Almost got stopped out. Very close to getting stopped out. Maybe 2 points. 5 points from getting stopped out. And then it completely reversed to take profit, which is perfect. Okay, US 30 hasn't touched up on VWAP. It's very close to though. I think it will. If it hits VWAP, like, it'll just make me very happy because I know next time it happens, smashing VWAP. Yeah, I'm very satisfied with this week. It was a rough start. I took those 2 losses on Monday. Honestly, those losses like should not have happened at all. And the reason they happened is because I don't know what happened to me. It's like I was aware it was FOMC week, but I also just kind of forgot why I don't trade Monday and Tuesday on FOMC week. It's like I forgot. And immediately I remembered why, because it happens all the time. The beginning of the week is always choppy. And then Thursday and Friday, it's almost perfect. Yeah, damn, we started out down 10.4K in total across all the accounts and ended up 6K, which is perfect. Now, next week, I think next week, if I cash one good trade, I think it'll be my biggest day on these accounts. So honestly, I think I could get $1,000 in each account. It's just down to holding the trade, or like leaving a runner. That's how confident I am. It's not to sound cocky, it's just like from journaling and like doing the same thing every day, you naturally get confident in your trading. But you gotta stay humble. You gotta stay humble. You gotta make sure you still manage risk properly and not get too cocky with that. Oh, this is good. One of the accounts is up 3,000. So that's good. What I really care about though is that 2,500 mark. Now I don't have to worry about trailing drawdown. This makes me like way too happy. I'm way too happy. I need to chill out. Oh my god. It's hard to chill out when like you get so close to such a big goal. But you never know. Like I could request this 40K payout and get denied. But to me it's like the 40K payout is already mine. Even if it gets denied the first time, trust me, the second time it won't get denied because I'll know what I did wrong, you know? So now it doesn't trail intraday. Yes. I'm pretty sure it's not even end of day. It's like basically the stop loss went to, or not the stop loss, but the maximum loss limit is down to 0. So it's not even end of day. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, it's not end of day because look at the distance to draw down here. It's more than 2,500. So now the more money I make, the more bigger the drawdown gets. I'm not sure if that changes with the payout. I'm pretty sure it stays the same. I can't believe this stuff here. Like this day today reminds me of why I just need to let shit breathe. Like, and I'm pretty sure this take profit here, honestly, I just smacked the microphone. This take profit here was an emotional take profit. It definitely was. And it was purely because I was thinking about this $2,500 mark. That's literally why. Okay, let's see if it touches VWAP. That's really what I'm like looking at right now. Very close. And okay, it's close. I'm stuck on which route to take with Tradeify, daily profit or 5-day. For me, I would always say the 5-day because, and it's really only if you're a beginner or if you don't have much experience with like getting payouts, because if you get the daily profit one, you're going to be trading I would say bad because you're going to be focused on just the money. Daily payout, what? I need to make this much this day right now. That's why it's like, you know, maybe the 5 days better. Also, the payout cap is bigger on the 5-day, but it's up to you because you could get, I don't know, you can get, there's VWAP touch. There's VWAP touch. Yeah, wow. Literally deja vu. Like this happened last week. I don't know if it was on Friday. I think it was on Thursday, but the same exact trade. Everything's clicking. 5-day is better, more realistic. Yes, I agree, more realistic. Like if you get the daily payout, you're gonna be like fantasizing about it, you know? Again, if you like don't have the experience with getting daily payouts or payouts in general, it's not that it's impossible. It's just I feel like people get too in their head about it. You know, just like with Take Profit Trader. I remember when I was trading Take Profit Trader, and like I would just fantasize about that daily payout thing, and like I don't know, the trading was, I guess more stressful, more emotional, really, more emotional. You'll trade more emotional with the daily payout. Unless, like, you really don't care about it, then that's different. But most people, I know if I had that daily payout account, it'd be in my mind all day, all week. So I'd probably trade differently, just like I did today. I was thinking about this $2,500 thing, and it caused me to make an emotional decision, right? Because this is not part of the plan. Part of the plan is a 1 to 2, and then when it's a 1 to 1, break even. Yeah, this wasn't part of the plan here, but the emotions got to me. How much does 20 Apex activations cost? It depends on what deal you get. Because I know they change it like every sale they have, so I don't know. It depends. Do you check daily buys before taking any trade every day? If yes, please share how to find daily buys. It's so complicated to find. I don't find daily buys. I don't. Uh, like I technically try, right? I try to get an idea of what's happening on the bigger time frame, but it's not like I say, oh, yeah, daily looks bearish, so I'm gonna go short later. It's never that. It's always, okay, I can see this happening. I can see shorts coming in through here. But most of the time it's down to how the market opens up. I try not to create a daily bias because I'll be too biased once the market opens up. And then also my experience with creating a daily bias was I'd see the market doing something else. Yeah, I wouldn't listen to it because I was stuck on my bias. And it happened. I'm not sure when it happened, but it happened recent, like in December. And it reminded me, don't create a bias because you don't read the market right when you do that. It's like your ego gets in the way. Maybe that's just me though. For other people, it works. But yeah, let's just say I was to create a daily bias. What I would do is I check the 4 hour and I literally just focus on support and resistance. Like today, I said it too when I was looking at the 1 hour time frame. I said, let me make this bigger. When I was looking at the daily on US 30 or the 1 hour on US 30, I said, oh, this looks like a good range here, right? This range that we broke out of to the downside, it looks like this area was support here at some time, and then we broke through it and we're retesting this area. I said I could see it going back into this range here, but I could also see it rejecting this area. So I really didn't create a bias. I was just trying to understand, what way could it go? It can go both ways, always. Oh my gosh, it's ripping through VWAP. Holy. Holy. We'll see if it goes all the way down here. I think if it actually stays below VWAP, it could dump all the way down. Maybe even take out this liquidity here or down to this 3 hour demand zone. That was nasty. But yeah, I really like my trading because it's the same thing every day. And it's not to the point where I need to guess on what to make. I need to guess if I need to take long or short. It's not that. I just need to read what the market does when it touches up on a certain zone. So there is no second guessing. It's literally just reading. What copy trader do you use? Didn't see you had a video on that. The copy trader I'm using right now is Tradeovates. Tradeovate copy trader. Or Tradeovate group trading. That's what they call it. Yeah, group. And it's really good. It's a really good one. I think the Tradeovate copy trader is one of the best copy traders. I've only had one issue this year. When I was with TradeSync, I literally had like 4 issues in 1 week. And that was stressful. What's the symbol for gold on Tradeovate? It looks like it's G. I'm stuttering. GCG6. Let's see. Let's see if it's the right one. Yeah, because this shit, this is why I don't like fucking trading going on Tradeovate. It's always some BS. Let's search up gold. Let's see H6. GCH6. And like, what the hell is this? What the heck? There's so many. Like, what's the issue here? Okay, let's see. Oh, someone said it. J6. It has to be this one. Yep, it's this one. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is micro one. But it's the J6 one. Yeah, with the J. I guess it makes sense. January, right? Is that why it's a J? I'm guessing. But you'll know you have the right one when the candlesticks look good and the number on the right aligns with your number on Tradeovate. Or sorry, on TradingView. Yeah. 5,009. Wow, and then we're down here. Something I love doing with metals is like paper trading it. Or like even just replaying it. How do I do it? Where is it? Yeah, this one. What? I like replaying it and seeing what one contract would have gotten me. Which is insane. Like this one contract. How many points is this? 41 points, 400 ticks. And then wow, that's crazy. Like it really looks like such a small move. Oh my gosh, and that's on a 1 minute time frame. That's even crazier. Yeah, I feel like if I traded gold, like I definitely have to start with micros, unless I have a really big account. Does anyone trade gold during agent session? But like not as a hobby, like actually. So I really want to start trading metals. Again, I would keep it way separate from what I do in New York session. What is it? What is it? If you trade gold during Asian, is it like ICT, support and resistance, supply and demand? Is better in Asia? I think so too. I feel like it's really stressful during New York Open. Or I would say is very choppy during New York session because I'm just used to like NASDAQ and US 30. But that maybe that's just me. I just feel like it's too wiki, you know, most of the time. But again, I have zero experience, so don't listen to me with gold. Okay. The 5 minute candlesticks on US 30 kind of look like they're bouncing off of VWAP, which I wouldn't be surprised if it does because it's choppy, so it's gonna range. They trade gold and silver. Nice. Market open normally at 6 p.m. sets the time until 7 to 8, 9 p.m. Volume tends to show unless something I noticed when trading it. Okay. How many contracts are you using today on US 30? Let me get rid of this gold before I actually trade it one day. On US 30, I traded one contract for each account. So in total, it's 20 contracts. But yeah, I think one contract on 50K accounts on US 30 is perfect. I like it. Mini or micro? On US 30 it was a mini. But they're really different from Nasdaq. It's the same stuff, trends very well. It depends on what happens during the day, what will dictate what will happen Asian most times. Okay, like a continuation during Asian. I liked watching what's his name? Trades by Psy, cuz he trades a lot of gold. And I was like, what's he doing for his gold trades? And it was just support and resistance. But it's like he's a swing trader. So he'll trade like the 4 hour time frame. And like I don't know if I could be a swing trader. I know I can't. Bro, I'm gonna be on the charts 24/7 because I really like to be on top of my trades, which is a bad habit, but that's how I know I can't swing trade. Yeah, but I like support and resistance on gold. Damn, but now that I look at gold, it looks crazy. It does. But it looks really good. Like, it actually had a trend there. Yeah, I like support and resistance. It literally played out very well throughout this whole uptrend. Do you guys think the metals are gonna crash? Because, I don't know, they look, especially gold, I think it on the daily time frame. Oh, I guess it did crash today. Kind of. I was just gonna say they look very overbought. Um, let's look at that RSI. Oh yeah, yeah. It was definitely very overbought recently. That explains that pullback. Yeah, same thing with silver. They just look like they really look like Bitcoin a couple years ago, you know, when it was like crazy bullish. He only trades only price action, support and resistance levels. He took a W yesterday during Asian. I recommend to watch his live from yesterday. Trades by Psy? Is that who you're talking about? Off subject, do you copy trade eval accounts? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Use your same strategy on gold paper and you will see it works well. You see, I did back test gold with my usual strategy. I mean, this was months ago too, but what I experienced back testing my strategy on gold for New York Open specifically was just like a bunch of fake outs and like I don't know. I remember getting stopped out a bunch when I was back testing gold New York Open. But maybe I should back test it for Asian too, if it moves better during Asian. It's just a pullback. Overall trend is still bullish. Oh yeah, it's very bullish. But it's good that it had that pullback. For sure. Yeah, let's see what earnings are gonna be next week. Actually, can I check that here? Um Earnings week next week. Okay. We have okay, I don't see much. We have AMD earnings next Tuesday. That's good. PayPal, I think, is part of NASDAQ or US 30. Either way, it's a huge company. Chipotle. AME, I think that's part of NASDAQ. I'm pretty sure. Um, okay, let's look at Wednesday. Ooh, Wednesday Google earnings. Okay. And that looks like that's it. Snapchat earnings. Okay, I don't see anything for Thursday. But yeah, Google earnings is definitely going to be huge. McDonald's earnings are going to be huge. I'm pretty sure McDonald's is part of US 30, believe it or not. So that's going to be important to know, kind of. Okay. I mean, I could see either Monday or Tuesday being choppy because of Google earnings. Of course, hopefully not. Hopefully not. But I could see it being a reason for it to be choppy. Because it's a big company. I'm pretty sure it's top 10. Oh, no. It looks like US 30 bounced off of VWAP. Which, again, isn't surprising because it's low volume. It's choppy. It's very low volume. And that was also a good confluence for me to take short because I said we would need really good volume in order for us for me to take longs up here. Yeah, I don't know who Wix 9 is. It sounds like a joke. Oh my gosh, I saw that, Tevin. Trump has nominated Kevin Warsh as new pick for Fed chair. Gonna miss Powell. I saw that. Oh, I gotta show you guys this. And I saw the comments of it, and it was just like, there everyone was saying it's a bad choice. Let me see if I could find the post. Let's see. It was on Twitter. Yeah, I think if you're a trader, you just gotta be on Twitter. Literally all of the crazy traders are on Twitter. People you've never heard of are on Twitter. Okay, let me see. Oh my gosh, I can't find the post. But it's because a lot of people posted. I just gotta go down. Oh, for example, I mean, this guy was just on the Powell show on the BDH, Ocala, and yesterday he made 47K trading silver, which is crazy. Crazy. Okay, I'm getting close. I'm getting close to the post. Oh, no, it's not that. Shit, did I miss it? Let me click on Watcher Guru. Oh, I found it. I found it. Right here, President Trump officially selects Kevin Warsh as new Federal Reserve chair. And I clicked on it, I was like, whoa, like that's crazy. Are these the comments? Yeah. Where was that comment? Oh, right here, the strengths. Look at the the list of the strengths compared to the weaknesses, which I didn't read, but I just thought it was funny how the weaknesses are just way more. I want to read it though. I want to see what happened. Maintains deep financial ties through a partnership with billionaire Stanley a Druckenmiller. Crazy last name, Druckenmiller. Never heard it. Cooperate board seats, creating conflict between personal interests and public policy. Oof. Paul Krugman, no clue who he is, characterized him as wrong about everything, having repeatedly warned off inflation surges from Fed accommodation that never materialized. Oof. Spent a decade as an inflation hawk, but suddenly embraced rate cuts when he became a Fed chair candidate under a president demanding easier policy. Damn. Okay. Holds only a law degree rather than a PhD in economics. Has never conducted peer-reviewed monetary research and was appointed at age 35 primarily through political, what am I reading? Connections. Damn. I sound like Kai Cenat reading. Yo. Oh my god. Bro, I sound like Kai Cenat reading. I can't read. I need to stop. We're done reading. Oh my god, I'm crying. Whew. Yo, I literally can't. This why I don't read politics, because I can't read it. Good thing I'm a trader. Oh my god. I can only read candlesticks properly. Yo. Been watching you from the start. Are you still doing orb or reversals? Could you please recap your strat? So, really what I trade is just supply and demand. Or supply and demand breakouts. And I just trade most likely the first 5 minutes of market open. Like almost all of my wins are within the first 5 minutes. Or I get in the trade within that time. Or the first 30 minutes. But I'll explain it really quick, right? So let's just say this is price here. Usually you have a pre-market range. Or let's just say this is price before it opens up. Usually I try to have a supply zone above price and then a demand zone below price. And I'll only take 4 trades or 4 setups every single day. Every day is different, right? So the first setup I would take is if price gets above this 50% line, then yes, it's a supply zone, but if we get over this 50% line, then I'm going to expect this to continue to break past it. So that's, I guess, trade idea or trade concept number 1. The second one, which I took today, was if price touches up on this and we start rejecting it, then I would take shorts. I only take this trade here when I'm expecting the market to, well, listen, I only take this trade if it shows up, right? But when I do take it, a good sign for taking this trade is going to be if the opening is weak. Because if the opening is weak, then usually it'll be hard for the market to break out of this pre-market range. So when I take this trade, I'm really just betting for a choppy market. I'm betting that the market would come back into this range here, which if you look at the trade that I took today, that's exactly what it was. We went back into this little pre-market range here. And then basically the same thing, but down here. So, boom. If I see something like that, then I would take a long, which is the same thing. It's just me betting that the market will come back into the range. If I take a short, then I would need to see something like this, which I saw yesterday, which is why I took shorts yesterday. And it played out really well. Reason the shorts played out really well yesterday is because the volume was insane. There was really good volume, which caused a really good breakout. But yeah, that's really the only 4 setups that I would take, and I only take them during New York Open with NASDAQ and US 30. I haven't back tested it on ES, so I'm not sure if it would play out that this good on ES because I haven't back tested it. But yeah, I literally only trade, I guess, 4 setups, right? They're really the same thing. And yeah, this is literally what I do every day. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes I get faked out, but it's easy for me. It's not easy all the time, but for example, on Monday, I knew it was going to be slow and choppy, most likely because if it was FOMC week. Yeah, I still decided to trade. Honestly, I think it's because I forgot that I don't trade the beginning of the week during FOMC week. But yeah, it was low volume and I got faked out. I could have avoided that loss though if I remembered why I don't trade Monday, Tuesday, FOMC week. Also, during the summer conditions, like last year they were great, but if it's really choppy during summer conditions, I think the winning rate like lowers for sure. So I'll get faked out more. But yeah. Also, in the beginning of last year, I would only take breakouts. And then I noticed I would get faked out on breakouts because again, there is ranging days in the market. So honestly, last year this time, like I would not have taken this, but I learned so much last year that I think it like increased my winning rate because now I can take trades that aren't breakouts. Oh, and then this trade here on NASDAQ, I didn't actually take this, but you can see it looks very similar to US 30, which I would say most winning days, I'll see something like this. Like US 30 and NASDAQ, when it's a winning day, most of the time, both of them are like kind of going to match up sometimes. Sometimes though, US 30 looks better and NASDAQ looks choppy. Sometimes is the opposite. So like it really just it depends on the day, you know. And I also don't use the orb. I do mark out the orb, but I don't take orb trades. Not anymore. I used to in the beginning of last year because the orb is a breakout trade. Then I realized there's not always a breakout, so I would lose with the orb because I was always expecting a breakout. So now it's just pure supply and demand. I do mark out the opening range, literally just to get an idea of how big is it. If the opening range is big, then there's good volume. Maybe you can expect a breakout. But if the opening range is small, or even if the opening range opens up right on VWAP like today, then um then I won't look for a breakout, so I won't use the opening range. But yeah. And the opening range is a really good strategy, but it's only a really good strategy when you have good volume. Like yesterday, I bet if you look at the opening range yesterday, it played out really well. Let's take a look. And the only reason it played out really well is because there was really good volume yesterday. Look, this is the opening range yesterday. And how big is the opening range? 226 points. Crazy volume right off the bat. Zoom into the 5-minute time frame. First candle that closes below the opening range is perfect entry. And it played out well. I think it only played out well because the opening range was strong. It was huge. There was good volume. But again, days like today, let's look at the opening range today. Here, let's see. 15. Okay, this is the opening range right here. If we measure this, it's 125 points. Honestly, a decent open, not gonna lie. But it opened up and it closed, not breaking out of this range here. Literally, that first 15-minute candle closed out inside of the pre-market range. Usually, it's a sign for either a reversal or like a movement sideways. Another hint to hinting that it was going to be choppy was VWAP. If you look at the 5-minute time frame, there was like a breakout fake out here. You know, it closed below VWAP and then we went right back on top of it. So, and it's not like I knew it was going to be choppy, but I said that if the market opens up and we stay around VWAP, it's going to be choppy. I don't know why. That's just always how it is with NASDAQ. If you open up around VWAP and you stay around VWAP, it'll most likely be choppy for a while. Or it'll be a choppy open. I mean, but even right now, we're an hour into market open and we haven't done much except move sideways and move within this range here, which is why that short here would have been perfect, because you're betting that it'll go at least back to VWAP or back into this range here. Yeah, I'm done for the day. I already got my winning trade, which was shorts on US 30. And that was the A plus setup right there. Another thing with my strategy is I've noticed if I try to take a trade, let's just say like an hour or 2 hours after market open, like I'll get faked out. I don't know why. The zones don't work as well as they do during New York Open. That's just what I've realized. And it's also another reason why I'm not good at trading Asian session, because the zones aren't that good during Asian session. Like, I'll get a lot of fake outs during Asian session. Wow. And then, oh my god, look at this whole watch list here is red. NASDAQ, US 30, gold, ES, crude oil, copper, Nvidia, Apple, all those cryptos. Tesla is the only one that's positive. Bitcoin's red. Whoa, let me see Bitcoin. Oh my god, Bitcoin is back to these lows. Damn. Wow. Bitcoin's. Whoa. I think for me, I can see this going way lower now. I heard trades by Sai, and he said that he's expecting Bitcoin to touch up on 72,000, which, like, I really could see happening, but you never know. But I could see it happening, especially after this breakout here. And this is on a daily time frame. Yeah, that's nasty. You make your trades on Tradeovate, but chart on TradingView in order to copy trade. Been using TradingView for my trades, so gotta get familiar with that platform. Yeah. Yeah. I also just don't like trading on TradingView. I've just had a couple of issues with it. Like it lags. And I feel like there's more slippage on TradingView. Maybe that's just me, but I've that's what I've experienced. A lot of slippage. But yeah, I mean, TradingView's honestly it's simple. The only thing that sucks about TradingView is when you copy trade, there is no automatic brackets. So if you're copy trading on Tradeovate, as soon as you get into your trade, you have to place your stop loss and your take profit, like with orders. Which is why when I take the trade, or when I'm about to take the trade, you'll see me do something like this. Hold up. Oh, look, it's right there right now. When you see me about to take a trade, you see me with this tool here, and that's literally me just measuring out where my stop loss would be if I get into the trade. Because remember, I gotta place it myself. It's not automatic. And yeah, it's literally the first thing I place once I get into a trade. I don't know how people trade without a stop loss. Like it's actually crazy at this point. It glitched on you this week, yeah, you gotta learn. Tradeovate, because you're gonna come up with some issues trading on TradingView. Almost every trader I know has had issues before trading on TradingView. All right, well, let me journal this really quick and then I'll call it a day. And this is going to be on the free Discord in the chart analysis. Okay, so this trade, the entry was around here. Stop loss was at the highs. Perfect stop loss. And the TP was supposed to be VWAP. But I actually exited around here at 60 points, which I'll admit right now was an emotional decision. It really was. But now I know for next time, like, just relax. I think it was also the coffee rush. I was definitely having jitters. I mean, I couldn't stop clicking the mouse. Okay, that screenshot on the 1 minute and then a screenshot on the 5 minute. Yeah, I mean, this 5 minute time frame. I was too zoomed in. Yeah, way too zoomed in. I gotta go on the 5 minute time frame when I take a trade. This is why the 1 minute is dangerous too, because you're gonna be too zoomed in. The 5 minute is always gonna be better to look at. Yeah, because if I just trailed it on the 5 minute candle, it would have been perfect. And I should have left it that way. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but this is why we journal. So I took shorts on US 30. Bro, I just thought about how I was reading and like I could not read. Took shorts on US 30 after the market tapped a 15-minute supply zone and immediately rejected the zone on the 1 minute time frame. The candlesticks close out oh my gosh, I'm in flow state typing. Okay, on the 1 minute time frame, the candlesticks close out, rejecting the zone and break structure to the downside. TP should have been at VWAP. Oh my god, at VWAP. But I made close it. Oh my gosh, I can't type. Close it out early at, what is it, 60 points? Yeah. Because and I'm in all caps, like what the heck. Was thinking about the $2,500 mark. Okay, that's good enough. Took shorts on US 30 after the market tapped a 15-minute supply zone and immediately rejected the zone on the 1 minute time frame. The candlesticks close out, rejecting the zone right there, and break structure to the downside right here where my entry was. TP should have been at VWAP down here, all the way down here, 150 points. But I made an emotional decision and closed it out early at 60 points, around here, because I trailed it on the 1 minute time frame. I'm writing that down. I trailed it because I trailed it on the 1 minute time frame. Could have been better if I trailed it on the 5 minute time frame. Yeah, if I trailed on the 5 minute, it would have been way better, and I actually would have hit TP. So shoulda, coulda, woulda, but we'll know for next time, because this setup will show up again. I don't know if it'll be next week, but it'll definitely show up. But alright, that's it for me, guys. I gotta get on a one-on-one call, so you guys have a good day. And if you're gonna trade, definitely be careful because the markets are choppy. So manage your risk and make sure you're waiting for your A+ setup. And don't be on the charts all day.